Welcome back to Marky Mark's Boatyard. I'm Marky Mark, and this is the boatyard. So with the trailer pretty much done, we can concentrate on the skiff. This area here, we were beefing up in preparation to run a new eye bolt through, so that's just about done. There's been a few layers of fiberglass, and we're just putting some Bondo on to help smooth it out nicely. And there's the Bondo, just your regular old body filler. And let me see if I can position the camera and you can watch me mix it up. So the instructions say to use like a golf ball size of the Bondo and about 1.25 inches or so of hardener, which you just kind of use out of the tube and then knead it together. So you get a uniform color, and you want to work this stuff quickly because it doesn't take too awful long for it to harden. That's why they say to only use a golf ball size amount. I'm sure guys that work with auto bodies are much quicker and more proficient at the mixing. But for us hairy homeowners, and it's like we're not doing a big area anyway. We only need a little skim coat on this for the final layer, kind of like doing sheetrock or even the fiberglass. So it looks like we're pretty well where we want the mix. You can see it's turned I don't know, a pinkish kind of color. So I was using a putty knife to mix it. Now I'm going to use a plastic spreader to apply it. Just getting an even thin coat. And of course I got the dust off of this before I started. Use a cheesecloth or something just to make sure it's dust free and clean. And this final layer is just going to fill in the little imperfections, divots and such. And that's probably just about where I want it. So we'll let that cure, come back, give it a final sanding, and be ready to paint and install the eye bolt. So you noticed when I was doing the mixing, I was using a small piece of plywood, scrap out of the wood shop. You want a flat, hard surface to work on, and you can scrape off the putty before it dries to reuse it. So after that's got a final sanding, and I could probably do it now. And as long as we're out here, let's go ahead and drill the hole for the eye bolt. .3/8 inch hole. Let's make sure we hit it. And it looks like it was a perfect shot. So I got it pretty much dead center of where I want it. Then the eye bolt will go in. Thusly, I'm not going to tap it in all the way. And we'll put some marine adhesive around it, caulk. to seal that. So, until I get this part sanded down, I'm not going to do that because it'll get in the way of the sanding process. However, we're pretty much in the home stretch for the exterior. Install the eye bolt from the inside of the boat, and then we'll fix that up where we had to cut into it, also with fiberglass and a little bit of Bondo to smooth it back out. So that'll pretty much complete our fiberglass work. I did put some resin and some stress cracks around the supports in the back here, just to fill it in. I don't know if you can see it with the shadow, but it just filled in the cracks, that's all. And after that, the next thing we have to do, of course, is paint the bottom, which needs it badly, so we can get it back on the trailer. And then we can start on the motor. I've got to get a hose run down. That way we can attach a pair of ears to the outdrive and use the water to keep the motor cool. And I'll probably go over the wiring, which is kind of hidden and messy, just to make sure that it's all in good shape. And didn't have a battery in it. I'll have to get one. However, I am planning on borrowing one out of the car. It's probably dead. I'm not going to get to this for a few days at least, so I've just put a little solar panel there to give it a charge. I used to leave that solar panel on the boat, which had a weak battery, but just keeping that on every time it would start. If I didn't leave it on and waited a month, it wouldn't start. So there's like 15 bucks for a little solar panel. And I know the bimini needs a little attention with the hold down straps, so that's another item on the to-do list. And I've got to dig out, I've got some more nylon webbing somewhere. I'll have to dig that out, and there's some of the wiring that will be going over, cleaning it up. It was never pretty to begin with, but now's the opportunity to try and make it look pretty. And the interior's in fairly decent shape. Of course, we redid the wood, which is still in the shop. We'll bring that out at the last minute. That'll be one of the last things. And there's the ears that'll attach to the motor. That'll provide water while we're running it. I've still got to find a pickup for my sounder, fish finder. Unfortunately, I'm finding those to be over 50 bucks. I found I've got another one too, two different ones. They both work, just that the pickup needs to be replaced. And actually I saw a used one on eBay for like 10 bucks, the whole kit and caboodle, and I didn't have the time to follow up on it. I'll see if I can find another one there. And here's a good shot of the eye bolt that's going to get installed in the bow. And that's probably it for now. This hatch, I'm debating on whether to take it apart and rebuild it. It needs the wood installed in it. I'd have to take it off, cut it out, put a new piece of plywood and fiberglass over that. And we'll see how things go, whether I do that during this renovation or not. I don't really use it, but one of these days I'm going to step on it and go through. That would not be good. And that's about it. So those are some of the things that we're going to be doing to the boat. And I just saw another piece of fiberglass work that needs to be done. This was a result of transporting it. I have a spare motor, and I set it in the boat during transportation, and it poked a hole in the upper layer of the fiberglass, so that needs to be repaired as well. And I'll hit that when we get the fiberglass out, when we do the inside of the eye bolt. And there's the spare motor. So I've got extra parts for the one on the boat. So I'm sure you'll want to subscribe to make sure you don't miss any of this fun. And don't forget to leave a comment and hit the like button, and we will see you again in the boatyard. It's a little warm outside, so I figured I'd do this bit inside out of the sun. For those of you that are regular subscribers, you may have noticed that Amber's changed the introduction a little bit shorter, and something different to look at. So she was hoping to solicit comments on whether you all like that, don't like it, your opinion in general, whatever. So if you could do that, I'm sure that'd make her a little happy, let her know she's doing a good job, or not. Whatever. And we'll see you later. Have an awesome day.